parents. Is the school system giving special needs students the proper resources to thrive? Some parents don't think so, and we put their questions to school leaders. Reporter Joe Forges investigates in this Alabama News Network Extra, Meeting Special Needs.
Okay, Raven, go ahead, read the book.
Sabrina Odom is the mother of a 13-year-old girl who attended Peter Crump Elementary School.
Try to sound it out. Don't get discouraged. I'm going to help you with this now. What's that word? Daughter.
Odom says her daughter, Aravia, has several disabilities.
She's bipolar with psychotic features. She has a severe learning disability. She has oppositional defiant disability, manic depressed disability.
Odom claims the school's special education teachers are not properly trained to help Aravia. She says the school's teacher filed a complaint on Aravia after an incident in the classroom. Odom says instead of allowing Aravia to leave the room, the special ed teacher blocked her. In the complaint, the teacher claims Aravia aggressively pushed her to leave the classroom.
I had a fear, very big fear, especially with Aravia, that something was going to happen because she's at that stage. She's at that age where it's not just with the school system. She has a traumatic past.
The 13-year-old was suspended and no longer attends the school by recommendations from a child psychologist. Odom also claims the teacher violated the school system's code of behavior. The code states that a teacher must use professional skills and understanding to prevent small classroom incidents from becoming major problems. Odom says she's offered outside help for Aravia for over a year.
I have asked for several independent evaluations to take place for outside sources to come in to help the school system with her.
One of those independent evaluators Odom requested was Dr. Karen Harrison Hollinger, a clinical child psychologist. Dr. Hollinger says she wrote a letter to the school saying the institution was a hostile environment for Aravia.
The teacher is not aware of what could trigger this child. How would children with PTSD are expected to behave? What are their limitations? What are their strengths? What can I reasonably expect for this child to be able to do in a classroom? Lots of these teachers have no idea of any of that.
Odom is just one of many parents with children with special needs who are having issues within the school system. Many claim teachers are not trained on how to deal with children with special needs while balancing the needs of other students in class. A report from the Alabama State Department of Education in January of 2015 randomly surveyed 35 special needs students of MPS. It cited several issues, including no documentation that each teacher and provider is informed of the specific accommodations, modifications, and supports that must be provided to accordance with the IEP. So what is an IEP? IEP stands for Individualized Education Program. It's a written document designed to meet a child's individual needs. The program varies from child to child. IEPs are funded by the legislature, then passed down to the Alabama State Department of Education, which allocates the money to MPS. Now, overall, MPS received more than $31 million for special education in this year's budget. The majority of that money goes towards teacher training and students with special needs. Parents and special needs advocates want to know one thing. Is this money being allocated correctly to help teachers and students?
Well, funding definitely is an issue.
Montgomery Public Schools Special Education Coordinator Katrina Johnson.
We have students that range from mild learning disabilities all the way to those that have severe and profound needs. We have students who have to have a one-on-one nurse. That costs money. We have students that are visually impaired or students who need assistive technology devices.
So they're equipped and they're ready to go when it comes to these issues, right?
They are equipped. I wouldn't say we don't have issues that arise. In a perfect situation, everything would be wonderful. But we try to do a really good job in providing professional development for our teachers so that they feel equipped.
The Alabama State Department of Education conducted a follow-up assessment later in 2015. This time, the state pulled 8 random documents of special needs students. It showed MPS made improvements, but still had issues when it came to the individualized education program.
We're not utilizing the resources or funding that we have.
Karen Jones doesn't work for MPS, but is an advocate for children and families with special needs. She has a degree in psychology and a master's in public administration. She's been advocating for 10 years and believes there should be more oversight of MPS.
My issue is who is checking the checker to make sure that they are not only saying that they're training, saying that they're doing student profiles, but going back through files to make sure that the 3,000 special ed children are, they're about back up to compliance according to the state law.
For Sabrina Odom, her child has been out of school since February. She's willing to send her back to Peter Crump, providing changes are made. Until then, she will continue her fight for Arabia in hopes of inspiring other parents of children with special needs.
I hope this story is a strength for them to keep moving. You're not the only one, because you do feel alone. And it does isolate. It changes your lifestyle tremendously. But just don't give up on them. Give them the help that they need.
I also spoke with 5 other parents who have the same issue with MPS. They declined to be on camera. I also checked to see how Montgomery Public Schools measured against other counties, which are also assessed. Autauga County had fewer non-compliance issues compared to MPS, but the school system appeared to have fewer issues of non-compliance compared to Lowndes and Macon County. MPS says it wants to continue to find ways to improve the program to better prepare teachers and educate parents.
If you are a parent who's having issues communicating with your school district about meeting the needs of your child, the Alabama State Department says there are ways your voice can be heard.
If that's not getting it, go through those proper channels that are written into the regulations that they can use. There's several different dispute resolutions. You can use a complaint process. You can ask for a mediation. You can ask for a resolution session. You can even ask for a due process hearing.
The State Department of Education says it hopes parents and school districts can work out any issues they may have. However, if there's no resolution, you should report your issues to the State Department of Education. We'll be right back.